Breaking news now. If Joe Biden resigns, Kamala Harris is the top pick, sources say. 7 senior sources at the Biden campaign, the White House, and the Democratic National Committee say Vice President Kamala Harris is the top candidate to replace Biden if he decides not to run again. Last week, Biden's bumbling, incoherent, and highly condemned first debate performance against Republican competitor Donald Trump sparked Democratic Party panic over concerns that he may not be fit to serve a second term and calls for top aides to resign. Popular cabinet officials and Democratic governors including Gavin Newsom of California, Gretchen Whitmer of Michigan, and Josh Shapiro of Pennsylvania have proposed Biden candidates besides Harris. These unnamed sources indicated avoiding Harris is practically impossible. Harris, 59, would inherit Biden campaign money and infrastructure if nominated, sources say. The sources said she has the strongest name recognition and polling among Democrats who could run. Among all choices, in a Tuesday Reuters Ipsos survey, Harris trailed Trump by 1 percentage point at 42% to 43%, within the poll's 3.5 percentage point margin of error and statistically as solid as Biden's. They also noted that she has been well vetted for national office and has survived Republican examination. U.S. Representative Jim Clyburn, who helped Biden win 2020, told MSNBC he would back Harris as Democratic nominee if Biden resigned. It's nearly impossible to beat the vice president for the nomination, said California Democratic strategist Michael Trujillo, who worked for Hillary Clinton in 2008 and 2016. On Tuesday, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said Biden had a poor night at the debate but would keep arguing for re-election. The Biden campaign referred the story to Harris's staff. Harris's advisors rejected the idea of a Democratic ticket without Biden and Harris. Vice President Harris looks forward to serving a second term with President Joe Biden, her office said. Biden's campaign has 3,894 delegates after state primaries, leaving a few dozen uncommitted delegates. Before the Democrats' August nominating convention, they will nominate Biden in a virtual conference later this month. All of the delegates are Kamala Harris delegates, Trujillo stated, adding she will have a big delegation and support in all 50 states on day one. Donna Brazile, the former interim chair of the Democratic National Committee, who will chair this year's convention in August, said Harris may step in immediately if Biden declines. Brazile said people may have aspirations of another superhero but there's a process and the last time I checked it's a Biden-Harris ticket, she's number 2 on the ticket, adding that Biden is the Democratic nominee and is not going anywhere. Choosing another candidate over the first black and woman vice president would anger black and female voters, who are crucial to a victory, numerous Democratic strategists warned. Impossible to ignore Kamala. Many influential Democrats doubt Harris can beat Trump, for individuals said. As vice president, Harris has struggled to stand out in a supporting role as the U.S. has never chosen a woman president. Many in the White House and Biden campaign secretly felt she was a liability last year. Since then, Harris has found her groove on abortion rights, but her polling has not improved. Harris's approval ratings are under 40%, but the Biden campaign's polling shows she and the president have comparable odds of upsetting Trump. Republican and conservative media have routinely attacked the vice president in sexist and racial ways, according to allies. This week, 3 Democratic donors who have been lobbying for Biden's resignation said it will be difficult to bypass Harris. Until last weekend, donors considered Whitmer and Newsom. There is a serious discourse in the Democratic Party about leadership right now, but fair to say, and I'm not delighted about this, it will be tough to ignore Kamala, a donor said. Another donor commented she's nobody's pick, but absolutely, nearly impossible. Biden's improved performance in a prepared address in North Carolina has buoyed the president's re-election campaign, despite calls for him to step down. Stephanie Cutter, former President Barack Obama's deputy campaign manager, stated President Biden is the nominee and he's going to stay the nominee. Her business will produce the Democratic National Convention in August. For those who want an inter-party struggle, be careful because it will guarantee a Trump victory, she said. The newsletter on the campaign trail provides weekly analysis of U.S. elections and their global impact. Join here.